livey, two fingery. So now we're good. We're good for sure. Okay, hey everybody. Sorry about the delay. Minnie hit the wrong button.
Again.
Do you see how I passed the buck? Yeah. Okay, hey, it's episode 209er of Festool Live. It's 12 noon on Friday. Well, a little past noon. Let me introduce the room really quick. We have over here. Are we on the right one? Okay, we're here. There she is. It's Christine. Okay. Whew. Boy, hey, I thought I had to Google how to do Festool Live this morning because we were off last week. Wow. All right. Woo. Hey, I'm glad we did a dry run earlier, too. Woo. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hey, behind the camera, he's back from PTO. Is Chris the Unit Cybert, Mr. PTO. On the line, we have Brent. Thank you, Brent. We were really busy last week. Awesome job. And over here we have Min Min. Hey, don't forget to tell us where you're from. I think she's the only one in the room who remembers what she was doing the last Festool Live. Okay. Okay, we're ready today. Hey, don't forget, we're celebrating 100 years all year and 25 years here in North America. Did that sound good, Min?
It did.
Because last year we had a huge celebration here. That's why we weren't on. And boy, we had the family over here, all kinds of Festool dignitaries. It was wonderful. And we had a big to-do. So thanks for understanding about that. Chris couldn't make it the next day. I was ready to go. I was here at noon, but Chris had to sleep in.
Chris had to sleep.
Okay, Minnie did. Okay, Christine, you did. Okay, never mind. Here we go. Now, I am so stoked for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, because guess what we got? New products to show you. Now, what I'm going to show you today is being released here in North America on March 26th, but we kind of lit it up last week. No pun intended. We were showing people all kinds of cool things, influencers. You may have seen some of this on the line and in social media. Today I'm going to cover the KBS and the KAL. There's two new lights on the horizon, and they're unbelievable. So I'm going to, you ready? Illuminate you guys on the new products.
Whoa.
We're going to light it up.
Whoa.
We're going to let the, no, not the sun. We're going to let the shine on, baby. No, Christine? This is going to be a brilliant episode. No, okay. So, okay, I could go, hey, look, this is the KAL, check it out, and this is the KBS. But that's not what I wanted to do, because I want to talk about a little bit about the history of lighting at Festool. Okay, so we're going to start over here. So my buddy Rick, our product manager, senior manager of product management, Rick, we were talking about lighting last week and he goes, hey, remember the original light? And I scratched my head and I went, it was a light ring that went on the C12 and you could take it off and put it on a headband so you could go spelunking with it. Okay, and we laughed about it, but that was the beginning of lighting. And guess what? It worked good. It went right on the C12 right here. Okay, and you'd have to cycle it on, but it gave you the lighting exactly where you needed it. It was a ring. Okay, and then we started adding lights to the tools, as well as having standalone lights, but I'll cover that in a few minutes. So yes, we have lights on everything, not everything, but we're getting there. And they're actually right here, see it? And it shines right up on the bit tip. This is the new CXS. We have them now on the OF1010. We actually did an episode on that one. All right, we also have them on what? The KBS, okay? And it's actually a stroboscopic light, all right? And you can change the different modes on it. But we have them on our hammer drills, the TPC right here, and always it shines right where it needs to be. Now, one of the most outstanding LEDs that we have on the tool happens to be on the Planex 2.0. And just recently we did an episode on the what? Granite net, and why you use granite net. When I was being trained on the granite net, Philip was just hitting this button. Everybody thinks you got to turn it on for the light to come on. No, there's a separate button, and we'll bring it right over here. And if we bring it right here, you'll see where Chris did this. He scalloped the wall, okay, when I had him sand this early on. I'm just kidding, okay? But you can inspect the wall here, but you can actually do it while you're sanding. Now, there's a number I'll talk about through the course of what I'm going to go through today, and it's 5,000 Kelvin. And I'll explain that in a few moments. But guess what? The Planex LED is 5,000 Kelvin. And that's so important for proper color visual or acceptance or resolution. That's the right word. Okay, so that is on the tools. Now, this is the fun one because I had to bring this from home. This is the original Sys light. And you're going to notice it's quite beaten up because when I used to do trainings, we used to throw these all over the place. There's actually a video, I think, still online. Minnie will remember it. Remember, Minnie, Michael ran over it 75 times with his F-150?
I had to count the time.
Did you really?
I remember.
It was unbelievable because I used to take this and toss it out in the parking lot, and some people remember. Okay? Now, inside this, and be aware as I go through this. This had 6 LEDs. We're going to talk about how many LEDs are in the new lights. We're going to talk about how we double them almost every time. But we also, everybody wanted to know when this came out, what was the lumens? So when I would turn it on, I'd go, look, there's, oh, let me put a battery on here. There's a 7.2 internal battery in this. So when somebody would say, hey, what's the lumens? There was no rating on lumens with the original Sys light, okay? There was bright, not bright, and off. Okay, but the thing to remember, that 7.2 volt battery, it was a 2.2 amp hour battery. And when you would turn it on, and it would turn, okay, when you would turn it on and it was dull, you could slap a battery. Now, the other thing that we always had to talk about on this was run times. How long does the light stay on? So, without batteries on the Sys Light 1, you would get about 4 hours in the low. That's with the internal battery. And you would get on high about an hour and a half. It would take you roughly between 60 minutes and 90 minutes to charge. Okay? And you always got a regular charger and an auto charger in there. By the way, discontinued. Remember I said 6 LEDs? 2.2 amp hour. Okay, then we came out, excuse me, with the KAL2, Sys Light 2. Guess what it had? 12 LEDs, okay? Still had the 7.2 volt battery, but it was 2.9 amp hour. So remember when we talk about all the batteries, the higher the amp hour, the bigger the gas tank, the longer it runs. Well, this one, okay, we actually cranked the lumens out on it, and I'm going to grab it right there because we listed the lumens on it. Okay, you had 2 settings. You had low and high, and the lumens were 310 lumens on low and 769 on high. Still that 7.2 amp hour battery, but 7.2 volt, but 2.9 amp hour. So it lasted longer with the internal battery. But always remember, you could always slap a battery on these and it would last a very long time. But because that amp hour was higher, in the low it was 5.5 hours, and in the low was 2 hours and 10 minutes. Whew, good thing I wrote those down, eh, Chris? Okay, good. Okay, now, the other thing to remember about lighting is how you mount it. Okay, we've always had these mounts. Let me grab one. Oh, there it is. We've always had these hang hooks. And this evolved into the newer lights too. That's very important. This you can hang right here on the MFT. You can put it where you need it. You can hang it on a 2x4. This slides right off. okay? And it's virtually indestructible. And you can take these, and because of the aluminum casing, you could just, they last forever. They had a 3-year warranty on them. They just work fantastic. Both of them have been discontinued.
Mine still works.
Minnie, this is mine from, I'll tell you, I didn't read the date on this, but this came out in 2012, and this was manufactured in 01 of 2012, and guess what? It still works like a champ. I could slide all the 18 volt, 12 volt, 15.2 volts that we had, or 15.6. It works great. But you see how it evolved, right? 6 LEDs to 12 LEDs. Now, the other thing on these, it had this 1/4-20, and we always had this magnetic mount. Look, you could screw that on. I'm not going to do it right now because I want to show you on the newer ones, but you could take that and you can mount it. Also, the Sysrock had that, or has that 1/4-20 mount. You can also take this like this, and you can put it on a 2x4. You could take your clamp, Festool clamp, slide it like this, and lock it down. So when you put a light on there, and with the ball swivel here, you twist this on, you can put this exactly where you want it. When you hang it on a 2x4, there was also, excuse me, a plate that you could screw into a wooden 2x4 and have that available everywhere. Okay, now, then we came out with this. This is called the Syslight Duo. Somebody wanted a whole job site light. And this thing, I call it the blaster because this will light this entire room. All right, yeah, Chris is, but the thing is if we follow, it was like 180-degree cast. And that's also important when you're looking at lighting. How does it cast, and what is the rated meters or feet for it? Okay, I'm not going to turn that on because I don't want to be blinded by the light. Woo! No? Christine? Okay. Okay. Now, still, by the way, all 3 of those lights over there have been discontinued. Whew. But I wanted to show you a little bit of history of Festool lighting. Over here, we have this light, and I talked extensively on it. This is our inspection light. And I always say this, I think I said in episode 53, which Chris will post, that was the original Lighting 101. I can't believe this is 209, Minnie.
Wow.
That's incredible, isn't it? It's 150 episodes. See how I did that math?
Nice.
Did I get that right?
I think so.
Think so? Okay, you guys ready for some metric? I hope so. Okay. This has 1,500 lumens and 5,000 Kelvin. I'm going to talk about that number in a few minutes. But what this was designed for was I could take it over here, and you know how you saw those imperfections that Chris did while he was sanding? You could check it out. Okay? Now, you could take it like this. You can lay it on the ground for tile. But the tripod mount, this piece right here, was available, and you can lock it in. One of the first things I saw in this was, hey, look, when I'm sanding, right? Okay, I could check it because it's now what? A raking light. And I could check to see if I'm getting swirl marks. And I'm just going to get this going on here. Okay? And as I sand, I can see myself, I can see taking out those swirl marks or imperfections where I might not see them as I'm sanding. I think what would be nice someday is if we could get that light, that 5,000 Kelvin light on the sanders. Wait a minute. Stay tuned. Okay. By the way, you guys probably know we're coming out with them because it's all over the internet. It's amazing how the Planex light and seeing the imperfections as you were sanding, instead of holding a light nearby, those will evolve into our sanders. So I want to just turn this off. It's still available, the inspection light. I love using this because I can go and then check things after I'm finished. I also use it at home for spraying because I can see my overlaps perfect while spraying. Now, I'm just going to set this aside because I'm going to take this tripod, which is available. And I'm going to remove this because you could set this up like this or like this. And this is for the inspection light. That's the special bracket. Whew. And that is a simple history of Festool lighting. Now let's talk about the two new ones. You follow me here? I don't want you to get hurt, Chris. Okay, good. Okay. So remember on the, I'm going to turn off this light on the Play-Nex because it just looks too cool. Now remember, on the two new lights that are coming out March 26th, you know, I actually watched the episode number 53 because I was like kind of confusing myself with lumens and longevity and the number of LEDs and how it mounts. And I've actually listed it there so I have a little consistency. Now, when I start talking about this one, the KALC and the KBSC, when I talk about the longevity, because everybody wants to know how long the light stays on with a battery. When I talk about them, all our tests have been in the max setting, the highest lumens. And you are going to be blown away. I was. Now, there's no internal batteries. It comes like this in a nice cardboard box. You pop it out, and it's pretty simple. It goes on what? An 18-volt battery. Okay, but look at the maneuverability of it. You could take it like this. You can hang it, swivel it. And this is what we're calling our task light. You could put this in any position. Once again, it has the mounting swivel, but I could take it and put it on the magnetic mount, and I have it now. You can have excellent lighting in your shop, but there's sometimes when you're working with really intricate pieces, you want task lighting. Now, the operation is super simple, but come up here, Chris, to get it here. This is called an on-off button. Yeah, Minnie is okay, so Minnie, the reason I'm doing this is as I'm saying this, I'm looking at Christine. And Chris is shaking. Okay, no, it's important to understand this because I was confused when I popped it out. I didn't read any directions. Look, you turn it on. Okay, it went on. Okay, so in low, it's 300 lumens. In medium, it's 600 lumens. So Christian was just in here, and he looked at this, and he went, "Does this bright?" And he grabbed the KAL2, the Syslight 2, and we turned it on this one, and he went, "Oh, hang on, let me turn it back on. 1, 2, 3." He went, "Oh my God, that is unbelievably bright compared to the KAL2." Now, that is 1,200 lumens. If you remember the lumens I was talking about on the Syslight 2, that was only 769 lumens. Okay? There's no internal battery with this. I want to make sure you understand to turn it off, you got to hold it for a couple seconds, okay? It's really simple. Okay, I'm going to put it in here. So I'm going to turn up to that 1,200 max, okay? Now, the range on this, to make sure you have good clarity on it, is between 1 meter and 2 meter, or 6 feet, roughly 6 feet, roughly 12 to 12 feet. Okay? But with a 4 amp hour battery that I have on here, think about this, and this is in the 1,200 lumens. You're going to get 6 hours of longevity on that. That's amazing. There's 24 LEDs on here versus the 12, which we thought we had maxed out before. But also, if I put a 5 amp hour battery, let's get this on here, okay, and get it in high, right? 7.5 hours of illumination, max illumination. So think about it, everybody. You're inside a cabinet and you're installing hinges or drawer slides. You bring this up and you just bring it up on the side of the cabinet. You got perfect illumination. You already have batteries because you have a lot of Festool cordless. It's wonderful. Okay, a variety of different ways to mount. You know what I'll use this for? I'll have it in my shop. I got great lighting in my shop at home, but guess what? Sometimes I know my eyes are getting younger by the day, but sometimes I need them so I can read a tape measure. you know, and boy, sometimes there's a shadow in the way, but boy, I can get perfect illumination on that, right? Look at that, absolutely perfect. So it's a great task light. Minnie, you understand that?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all that matters. All right, good. And don't forget, 1/4-20 and a hang hook. That's how you mount it. Look how nice and compact this is. I mean, this could fit right in your pouch, right, when you need it. Hey, Mo. Okay, next. Whew. I wanted to wait for this because I was talking about that number, 5,000, or I would see 5K, and I go, this thing's $5,000? No. What does 5,000K mean? K is a rating of illumination or the color of illumination. It's not the lumens, and it's the quality of light. Now, I wanted to pull this up, and I'm going to read off of this because I've said this before. When I turn on a Festool light, I'll bring it over here. Whether it is on a tool or one of our lights, it's 5,000 Kelvin. It gives, for a painter or someone in a shop, it gives you perfect daylight. It gives you perfect illumination, the quality of it. And it's really important, from what I have been taught, when you're working with like yellows and greens. Okay? It gives you that true color. Have you ever painted something or sprayed something and it looks so much different when you bring it out in daylight? That's what 5,000 Kelvin is. So here's what you'll see. If you've bought an LED or used something LED, and I have them at home. I have like little flashlights and everything. If it's 3,300 and lower on the K rating, it's going to give you a yellow tint. Between 3,300 and 5,500, that's your natural. Okay? And if it's over, greater than 5,500, and you'll see it a lot because everybody wants a bigger, better Kelvin rating, it's going to have a bluish tint. I've seen some headlights with that bluish tint, LED lights, okay? So the sweet spot is 5,000, and that's why we chose it, okay? I hope that came across okay. Next, you light up my life. No, Minnie?
Oh, yes, you do.
Okay. All right.
Daily.
Thanks, Min. Okay, so this is our new job site light. Pretty simple. There's so much stuff to remember on this. Okay, LEDs. Look at all of them. Hang on a second. Chris, I don't want to blind you. I don't want to blind the audience. Oh, you know what I need to do? I'm going to put a 4 amp hour in there. At full illumination, okay, that'll be 5,000 lumens. Wow. Okay, with a 4 amp hour battery, which I'm going to slide in. There's a little compartment. You open it up and you close it up, okay? With that 4 amp hour battery at max, you're going to get 2 hours of illumination. That's crazy. Okay, so here's how you turn it on so you can see it. You just press it on. Look, I have a full battery in there. You got a battery gauge. Now, right now, that's 700 lumens. That's basically with 70. You like that, Minnie?
I do.
Okay. I know I'm doing a good job when Minnie peeks around the around the board. She's going, ooh. You do that all the time in Lost in the Catalog.
I do. I never know.
I think we're going to do that in a month. We're going to do episode 4,000.
Great.
Oh, yeah, we're hanging in there. Okay, now, this is a stepless, hopefully I'm getting this right, a stepless variable illumination. Look how this gets bright. Look at this. Okay, the range on there, or the rated range, is 2 meters or 6 feet to 15 feet or 5 meters. Okay, but when I crank that up and see how it goes off, and I'll bring it right up to that 5,000. There's your 5,000 lumen. Now, here's the beauty of this. Watch. I could take this and shine it on the ceiling. I wish I had a dark room. Oh my God. I wish I had a dark room here. Okay, but that is, oh my God, that's worse than this light duo. By the way, check this out. Don't look into the light. Okay? Holy moly, is that bright? Okay, now if I take a 5 amp hour battery in there, I'll get 2.5 hours. By the way, that's rated at the 5,000 lumens. That's crazy. It's crazy how long the longevity on it. So in the early days with the Sisalite 1, I was like, it's bright and not so bright. We always knew you wanted to know the lumen rating on it and the longevity of the battery that you put on there. So remember, it's 2 hours with the 4 amp, and with the 5 amp, it's 2.5 hours. All right? And to turn it off, you just hold it. Pretty simple. Okay, what's the other thing? How do I mount this? How do I set it up? So if I walk into a room and I'm going to do some work, you know, whatever I'm doing, hanging trim, it's dark in the room. You know where sometimes these are great? It's in a closet, because a closet doesn't have great illumination. You can just turn it on, angle it, okay? It's got a 180-degree swing, so it starts at -14 like this. So you can, let me get this on here. Let me turn it up. God, I love that feature, okay? And I could swing that all the way to 137 degrees. Oh, let me do this, get it out of the way. So you have that nice range, okay? I'm gonna be careful when I walk away, because I'm gonna bump into something. Hopefully I can read the names today. Woo! Okay, now, what's next? Oh, how do you mount it? I'm gonna turn it off. Okay. What, Christine?
Can you put in the bigger battery to show?
Oh, absolutely. It's just, it's not gonna be brighter.
That's fine. They just want to. They've been asking for a bit.
Okay, there you go. Okay, we'll turn it on. Okay, so I'm actually going to turn it off because I want to point something out. Let's flip it over. Okay, so you have this handhold, right? I feel like I'm the Undertaker with this, right? Okay, or Sleepy Hollow guy, Headless Horseman. Hey, you like that? Okay, you can use that as a lantern. Set it anywhere. It's got a nice base. You get the tilt feature on it. But I'll turn it off here. Underneath, right here. See that? It's designed to mount on what? Okay, so you could take this, set up the tripod, go into a room, wherever work you're gonna do, trim, drywall, whatever. Say you're mudding, you just hook it up like this. You're working on the ceiling, you just take it like this. And boy, I wish, but look at that. Okay, Chris, come here real quick. I want you to shine up. Okay, right here, and you'll see the difference. Watch. And you'll see how that just illuminates up there. It's wonderful. Look at that cast. Holy moly, don't look down in there. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down. Okay, I'm just gonna remove it here, okay? And I wanna turn it over. Right here, you have 4 magnets, okay? Pretty easy. I'm gonna take that, I'll just put it over here and say you're working, and you can just mount it like this. Take it like this, wherever you want to swivel it. Magnets are everywhere. Boy, is that tough to take off. You could just take 2. I'm going to swing over here, Chris. Follow me, Bubba. Okay, and you have, I mean, just 2 magnets will hold. If I take it on here, just like that. So that's why we designed it like this. Also, I could take it, and you're going to see, you can mount it in these 2 holes or a single mounting hole. Put a screw in there, slide it on a stud. There's tons of ways to hook this up to get it stable for you. There's gonna, so this will be available March 26th. This is the newest job site light. That replaces the Duo. This replaces, I really like this. No internal batteries, no charger to worry about. You just, of course, you have a Festool battery, you're good to go. Woo! That's the KALC, and that's the KBSC. And you guys thought it was gonna be a short Festool Live. So,
And illuminating.
oh, Minnie.
Dad, joke of the day.
Oh my God. Would you say it was brilliant?
Oh, yes,
You think so?
I do.
Okay, good. Okay, so when I saw the 2 new lights, I kind of freaked out because I used to go, oh, lights, big deal. But the way they've evolved, well, on the Plane X, on all our drills, now on the 1010, and then going full circle, because we're going to be doing lights with a lot of our tools going forward. But now we have really killer standalone lights again. I just like to talk about the evolution or the innovation through the years, how we've gone from 6 to 12 to 24 to 72. Oh my God. Just the innovation is kind of blinding. Oh. No? No?
You looked into the light, tell us.
By the way, Minnie, I'm still seeing dots. Okay. Okay, here we go. I haven't forgotten to do this. You know, I feel like I've been gone for a month. I am so glad we have all these people tuning in. We got a good crowd, eh?
Oh, and the conversation has just been lit up.
Woo! Oh, Minnie!
It's a lot of conversation today.
Wow. Okay, everybody, we have. Right. Is this the first group here?
Yeah.
Oh, we have Doug from Zionsville. How you doing, Doug? We have Joe from Waseca, Illinois. We have Rob from South Devon, England. We have Andrew from Maumee, Ohio. Big Island Ed. Wow. Mike M. Mr. Martinez from Austin, Texas. Rick from sunny Blackpool, UK. Rob from Minson, New Jersey. Johnny O from Atco, New Jersey. I hope I get to meet more of these people. Oh my God. We have Edric from Citrus Heights, California. We have Dirk from Dayton. Hey, I didn't do an Easter egg today. Oh, I'm sorry, Dirk. You're always on our mind, though. We have Chris from Minneapolis, Minnesota. We have Corey from New Brunswick, California. Huh? We have Merlin from Walla Walla, Washington. Mark S. from Woodcraft, Springfield, Virginia. We have the Woodcraft Dayton crew. How you guys doing? Whoop. We have Soren from Denmark. James from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Petri from Jolarve, Finland. Jacob from Rhode Island. Hey, I'll probably see you in a few weeks, buddy. JLC, yes. We'll see Terry from Salt Lake City, Utah. Leo from Holland. Willie the Smartrician. How you doing, Willie? We have Jeff from Columbia, Tennessee. Happy retirement. Jeff, you retiring? Or am I getting retired? I hope not.
It's Jeff.
Jeff, happy retirement, dude. We have the Welsh Rabbit back online. We have Dan from Kingman, Arizona. We have Gerald from DeRidder, LA. Warren from Batavia, Ohio. Tim from Houston, Texas, or Houston, Texas, or Houston, Texas. We have Walker, Texas Ranger from Lebanon. Hey, it's Justin, my main man. We have Mike P. from Oahu, Hawaii. We have Keith from Bozeman, Montana. Tom and Kelly. How you guys doing? From Eatonton, Georgia. We have Mr. Weber, Blake Weber from Novato, California. Jason and Yana from Granite Falls, Washington. Michael from Edmonton, Alberta. The other Warren from Caldwell, Ohio. Mark from Krimpenendelek, the Netherlands. I think we ought to do a European tour.
Yes, absolutely.
That would be wicked cool, huh? We have Bermuda Steve. We have Dale from Swaddling-Coat, England. Jason from Fenton, Michigan. Stevie Z from Sweden. Oliver from Southern California. How you doing, Oliver? Wow. Jeff from Clarksburg, Maryland. Richard from Guelph, Ontario. 4 Nations champions. That's right. They won. We have John from Westphalia, Vermont. Joe, my main man, Joe V from Akron, Ohio. Tom from Morehead City, North Carolina. Chris from Malta. Gary from Plano, Texas. Maestro, the Maestro from Ontario, Canada. Johnny from Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Jevin from Upper Sandusky, Ohio. Michael from Newport, Rhode Island. How are you? It's Dave, everybody, and Gwen. How you doing, Gwen? How you doing, Dave? From West Virginia. Paul from Reading, Berkshire, UK. Gail from Eden, New York. Gary from BS with the Boys. Dragon from Serbia. Steve from Romford, England. We have Adam, the mayor, from Union, Maine. How you doing, Adam? Allie. Woo! My main man, Allie. Woo! All right. From Denmark. Say hi to Maria. All right. Arno Coffee from Baltimore. Martin from El Cajon, California. Appa. I'm sorry. Apo from Akka, Finland. Okay, Kevin from Columbus, Ohio. Leo from the Big Island. Jay Ironman Builds from Minden, Nebraska. Scott from Greeley, Colorado. Super Beetle. I love that. From Columbus, Ohio. Brian from I don't want to stir the pot.
Oh, I know, but he does it every time.
He does it, okay. Brian from the 51st State World Hockey Champs. Lode from Stockholm. Mac from Newark, Ohio. Eric from Huntsville, Alabama. Kevin. Oh, that's Kevin.
Kevin.
From Customer Experience from Boston. He was here last week. How you doing, dude? Woo! Go Celts! And we have Laura from the Customer Experience in Canada. How you doing, Laura? You know what? It's not Lauren, it's Laura.
I know.
I did it.
We catch you up eventually.
You're awesome. All right. We have Michael from north of Germany. Okay. We have Mark from Anaheim, California. The gentleman, Jeff Covey. I hung out with him last week. Kevin B. from Greenwood, Indiana. Dave from Ferndale, Washington. A. Reina from Western Nebraska. Brian from Roseville, California. Des from Harrogate, England. Dale from Hillsdale. I know him. Yep. That's Dale. How you doing, doctor? From Hillsdale, Michigan. That's the doctors in the house. We have Klaus from Denmark. Tadrig from Gaza, Palestine. Hang tough. We have Steve from Nashville. The Warped Woodsman from Portland, Oregon. Oh, Minnie. We have Griffith and Lear from Learnfenhagel and Ying and with North Wales. You guys are drinking pints and making me work. All right. We have Willie from Freeville. Matt from Tinley Park, Illinois. We have our Hugster from Chichester. How you doing, Russ? We have Eric from Columbus, Ohio. Bob Burnt. No. Bob from Burnt Hills, New York. Bob's not burnt from Hills, New York, but it's Bob from Burnt Hills, New York. How you doing, Bob? All right, welcome. Brett from Waxahachie, Texas. I love that. I want to go there. Waxahachie. Okay. David from Israel. Greg from northern Minnesota. Ty from Silvacoga, Alabama. Michael or Michelle from Paris, France. Anton from the Ukraine. Boy, we have a lot of international, don't we?
We do.
Is that it?
Greg from Whitestown, Indiana.
Greg from Whitestown, Indiana. I know somebody else who lives there.
There's several somebody.
Yeah, that's right. The unit lives there. I live there. Okay, hey, let's think this out. Is that it?
That's everybody.
Woo! And they said I couldn't do the whole show with just 2 lights.
Nicely done.
Oh, let the sun shine on us. No? Okay, everybody, let the sun shine on you. Hey, thank you. We love you. We missed you. We'll see you next week. I think this is a wrap on episode 209. Everybody have a safe weekend. Talk to you soon.